I'm not into all the other bullshit. I think
What other bullshit?
the they and them.
Yeah.
And all that extra shit that we added during the pandemic because everyone was so bored on their fucking houses. They just started to make up more shit and more shit.
More stuff.
Yeah. That's where like conservatives like me because I'm just real.
Yeah, you do have a conservative vibe to you.
Them. You're male or you're female.
And you're standing on that.
Get so mad when I say that. How are you a they? What the fuck does that mean? It's stupid is what it is.
Yeah.
But you need someone like me that looks like me to say it. Because if you say it, it turns into you're homophobic. You hate trans people. You hate gays. And it's just how you feel. You don't hate anyone. You just think it's stupid.
So I'm absolutely no fan of Jeffreestar. And to use a liberal term, he's been quite problematic throughout the years. However, the saying is a broken clock can be right at least once or twice a day. So Jeffreestar has actually said some commonsensical things lately, if commonsensical is actually a word, that he had this interview and he was talking about non-binary terms like they and them and how he thinks it's ridiculous and stupid. It's not something that he's going to participate in. Like the majority of not only America or the West, but most of the fucking planet. You know, like we're all supposed to change our language to satisfy the whims of a bunch of perpetual adolescents that are perpetually stuck in an echo chamber in university or on TikTok cult groups who think that we need to change our language because of their feelings. Like the documentary Social Dilemma, which quoted that this generation, Gen Z, is the most fragile and risk-adverse generation there has ever been. And if you literally mispronoun them, they have a mental breakdown, need to drop out of college, stop working, and go into rehab therapy or something like that. Anywho, now some may argue that they and them has been used in the English language since, I don't know, some say 1375, some say 1411. But the difference is, because you'll see a lot of wokes, university, perpetual adolescence people talk about this and say like, oh my God, what's the big deal? We've been using they and them like forever. But the difference is that it was used or has been used in the past. Like there's a lot of things we used to do in the past that we don't do anymore. It's funny how like we throw some things away, but we need to progress with others. But it was not used to prefer to someone's gender or purposely to replace he or she. I think the difference is very clear in how it was used just generally in grammar versus how it's being used by the LGBTQ plus community today. So yes, back in the olden times, sometimes it was used they and them as a singular. We stopped using that for a very, very long time, generations and decades now, but it wasn't used to prefer to someone's gender or to identify someone's gender or anything like that. It was mostly used to identify someone if you had no information on them. Someone knocked on a door, you didn't see who knocked on the door, you say they or them knocked on a door, but if you saw someone and they presented male or female, most likely you would use the gender you felt that they were presenting as, right? So that debunks that whole thing. If you see some Gen Z or wokes try to present that as an argument, like they try to say like there's some obscure tribe somewhere that has a fifth gender or something like that, but don't actually talk about the fact that they still participated very much in gender roles. They just, like every society, had an outlier now and again, right? So that debunks that whole thing. Now, the whole they and them thing, yes, it's silly. I probably most likely would never use it unless I had a friend who was sitting in front of me and I just like didn't want to disrespect them. But you cannot sit there and cry and throw a tantrum because the entire world does not want to change their language for you, because the world does not evolve around you, right? The other thing is, I don't have a problem with non-binary. I actually don't care if you identify between male or female. If you don't feel like you fit into either one, is your life, do you, boo. But you cannot sit there and say you're non-binary and then claim to be trans. You can't be the same thing. As an oxymoron, right? It's like transgender or transsexual, whatever, was described, is in the word. It's like literally in the word trans, is to transition into a different gender, opposite, usually, most likely opposite than the sex that you were born as, right? If you do not specifically fit into or identify as fitting into male or female, you're in the middle, you're not transitioning into either sex or gender, then you're not trans, you're non-binary. It's like they just want to take up all their oppression points they can grasp onto. They're like Hoover machines. How many oppression points can I suck up because I don't want to be just a white plain ass Becky, because I don't want to belong to the privileged class, because that's bad. So I need to stick as many oppression labels onto me. So instead of just being non-binary and just being happy with it, like no, we need the trans label too, because that's the most protected class right now, and we need to completely take over the conversation from actual trans people, from transsexuals, from people who actually suffer from the debilitating mental health disorder called gender dysphoria. Let's completely selfishly take over that entire conversation, that entire platform, make it all about me when I'm non-binary quim femboy who don't want to transition whatsoever, who completely present as female or male with a pot belly and a beard, but want to claim female and go into the female prisons or female bathrooms or the dressing rooms and film myself masturbating. Yes, somebody actually did that.
Okay, there is this supposed trans woman that makes a habit of going on Twitter and filming themselves in public while masturbating, specifically in women's spaces like women's bathrooms. You know, your favorite turf lesbian bigot had to call this shit out. The scary thing about this all isn't the fact that it's happening or the fact that we said it would happen. It is the very simple fact that just me commenting on this is going to get me a ton of hate from the far left.
Okay, that was a rant and a half. That's my whole thing. I feel for people who actually are transgender, transsexuals, who struggle with gender dysphoria, who actually have that lived experience, and literally just have some tween who's 13, 14 years old and having a phase or wants to jump onto the trend train and take over the conversation from you. That's really annoying. That's really, really, really annoying. But whatever. I actually don't have a problem with non-binary. Just be non-binary. Why can't people just be happy for what they are? Like, just like even people who are trans women or trans men, just be a trans woman and trans man. Why can't you be happy with that? Why do you have to now be a man or a woman? Just be a trans woman. What's the problem with that? Love yourself. Love your transness. Love your non-binariness. And we can love our biologicalness. Anywho, I'm sorry about that. That's really all I wanted to say about that. That was my main comment when I saw the Jeffreestar comment on Instagram. That's what I commented in the comment section. Like, I don't have a problem with it, but just stay in your lane. That's all we ask. That's all the rest of society asks. Stay in your lane. Stop trying to suck up everybody else's lived experiences as your own, because it's not. Let me know what you think about the Jeffreestar comment. Would you ever use they and them as just a sign of respect, especially if it's a friend or a loved one? I mean, it gets tricky when they start trying to make it a law and try to force your speech. That's bad, and I would never ever stand for that. And I would fight any law or any bill that try to push that into society. But would you just voluntarily use it as a sign of respect? Or are you like, no, not using it. It's stupid. Not gonna do it. What do you think about the whole non-binary thing? Do you think non-binary people, if you are non-binary or if you're trans, do you think it's the same thing, or do you think it's two different things and you're kind of like, stop trying to take over the conversation like I think they are doing? It's the same thing how I feel about trans women who are trying to take over the conversation for actually biological women. I'm not for it. You want to call me a TERF? I will proudly wear the label TERF. Anywho, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell to get the notifications when I do upload. That really does help with the algorithm, guys. Again, sorry for the no face videos. Again, I'm staying with my dad. There's not a lot of options to record. So this is going to be no face videos for a while now, at least for a few months until I move again. But anyway, where was I? Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell to get the notifications when I do upload. All of that really does help with the algorithm, guys. If you'd like to support the channel even further, you can donate. My PayPal me link is in the description box below and also in the comment section. Of course, it helps, but you don't have to. You can just like, comment, and subscribe. Another great way to support this channel is either join my brand new membership program, different levels, different tiers, different perks, or you can visit my brand new merch shop. Links down below, and links to all of the alternative platforms I'm on: my Minds.com, my Odyssey, my Discord, my Rumble account, my Twitter, and all the other links links I have to all the other YouTube channels I have on this channel is in the description box below, in the community tab, or in the about section of this channel. I also have a second travel vlog channel. I travel as a lifestyle, or I live abroad. If you'd like to know where I am in the world, you can go in the description box below, and also in the comment section, hit the link. Go subscribe to my travel vlog channel, or follow me on my travel Instagram. My stories is usually what's most up to date. And you guys have an amazing day. Bye.